Hello, dummies. So today we are discussing the 2022 Broncos schedule. Now, you might be asking yourself, geez, Des, didn't that happen 3 weeks ago and you're just now getting around to it? Yep, I am. You know what? Here at Dummies, you don't come here for the breaking news. You just come here for the hard-hitting facts, which I don't have either. So, here's my take on the schedule. Truly, it could not have been laid out more perfectly for the Denver Broncos. First 8 games, mostly a breeze. And then we take a break right in the middle with a bye week, sip on a Gatorade, collect our thoughts, and then the last 9 games, that's a bit rough. 6 of those games are against teams that made the playoffs last year. But I'm thinking if we win most, if not all, of those first 8 games, spirits will be soaring and we'll just come in hot and heavy on those last 9 games. Hot and heavy, baby. We start the season off with a banger of a game, okay? Basically, the NFL was like, ooh, what's a good primetime game we can really do to give the fans what they want? And they said, yep, Seahawks v Broncos, baby. Let's go. Besides the Super Bowl that we do not speak of, we have played the Hawks twice in the last 7 years, and we've held up pretty well. I mean, we won one and then we barely lost the other. I mean, a lot can change in 7 years, but that's cool, right? And this could also get tricky because Russ is obviously facing his prior team and he was with them for 10 years. So they definitely know all his little isms and habits, his likes and dislikes, and exactly his game time routine, which I'm sure is very specific. But that means Mr. Head Chef probably knows Pete Carroll inside and out. He can really just get in there. So this is gonna turn into a battle of the brains. Maybe. And if Drew Lock wins the spot as starting QB, oh my, I just got goosebumps. It's gonna be a good game. Looking at the overall schedule, the Broncos are tied for the most primetime games in 2022 with 5 games, which is actually the most that the NFL allows. But technically, I think we beat everyone because, of course, I count the London game and the Christmas game as primetime games. So, with a total of 7 primetime games, yeah, the NFL knew the people were asking for more Broncos, and the NFL gave the people what they wanted. Top games I'm excited about. Well, Seahawks, for obvious reasons. Week 2, because it'll be Russ's first appearance at Empower Field, and obviously, the cheers of the Broncos fans will be heard for hundreds of miles. The London game, because you know what? Nothing reminds me more of college than waking up at 6 a.m. and drinking a beer for sports. The Rams game, because Christmas is the greatest day on earth. Then, basically any AFC game, because this league is freaking stacked. Specifically excited for week 4, so we can wreck Josh McDaniels. And week 14 against the Chiefs, where we will finally break our 7-year losing streak. I can feel it in my bones. Going down, Mahomes. I'm sure the question on absolutely no one's mind is, Des, what is your prediction? That's probably gonna be the hardest thing I will ever be asked. Because in my pick'em league, I will never, ever, 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 ever choose for the Broncos to lose because it is bad karma. Trust me on this. Don't do it. But if I had to be realistic, I would say 12-5. 12-5. Okay, see, it's not overly optimistic, but it's like, I know that we're gonna rock the league, you know? And if we get to over 10 wins this season, Hackett would become the 4th Denver Broncos head coach to win double-digit games in year 1. Only 3 have done that so far. So you know what? I'm all about record-breaking stats here at Dummies, so slap on that 4th one. It's gonna be a double-digit season. Hackett, double digits, record-breaking, all the above. There is my 2022 schedule breakdown. Better late than ever, as I always say in regard to things on the show. I would love to hear what your predictions are for the Broncos this year, and as always, go Broncos, baby.